What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new here, please make sure you go ahead, slap that like button for me because it helps support my channel, and also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my future Crown Season 4 videos and seasons beyond, because this show is getting so much fun. It's getting so good. I'm starting to fall back in love with it again. I know in my last review I said that I had fallen out of love with it when they changed the cast and everything, but now with Princess Diana in the picture and everything, I am falling back in love with the show, and I am so happy because the music and the scenery and just the it's just so beautiful, and it's getting more and more beautiful as time goes on, so I'm so happy. So thank you guys so much for being here. If you don't mind, please, if you have some time, watch the ads so your girl can eat, because, you know, I'm just trying to get a coin like everyone else up on this platform, so I could really appreciate it if you watch the ads if you have the time. If not, please enjoy this review. Now, as soon as the show started with this episode, I was so excited because I love animals, but I was not excited to see that they were hunting the crap out of them. But it was also very interesting to see that develop as far as what the stag meant as far as symbolism for this episode, and just the CGI effect of the stag and it going through the forest and them hunting out in those fields. Ugh, it was beautiful. Like, I would never want to be like a huntress or anything like that, but I would love to walk around in those fields just to see those lands and the way that grass lays and stuff like that. And it's just so beautiful, and it's also just all very interesting because I love the fact that when I was younger, movies and television and things like that were good and they were cute to watch, but I never really like had a really good interest or appreciation for like a scene of fields or a scene in a different country or a scene in a different time era. And now that I'm like becoming a certain human of age, I definitely appreciate, you know, just a scene of grass. It's just so beautiful. I'm watching on a big TV, like a 60-inch TV. So it's very, very like, you know, I feel like I'm there. So I love it. I love the way they take appreciation and time and effort to make these scenes so memorable. Like, I'll never forget some of those transition scenes that I saw in this particular episode. But the stag was beautiful. I love this. It was really sad to see it limping around. It hurt my heart so much, but I did understand like the symbolism for it. Although if anyone wants to kind of elaborate on the whole it crossing the boundary, I know someone elaborated on my last video, thank you so much, about some of the politics, because I kind of came clean to you guys about how I am kind of here for the pop culture aspect of Princess Diana being in the show and whatnot, and I was so much a part of season 1 and 2 because of Princess Margaret. But does anyone know like the politics reason about like that little lake? And like I'm guessing that has something to do with the last comment that I got when they were saying that the boat was bombed. I didn't even know that until someone commented. So thank you guys so much. I love when you share information about the show that I didn't understand, because I didn't understand that that boat was bombed by, I think they said like Irishmen. So is that has something to do with the stag and the lake and stuff like that? I was a little confused about that. But as the episode went on and we found out that, you know, Diana helped, you know, get that stag down or whatnot, I was like, yes, the symbolism, like they went through all that trouble and they were really trying to get it and it meant so much to them. And here comes little Miss Diana and she gets it. And let me just say, her performance right now is just iconic. Like, I love that this is a TV show and we're able to get episode by episode and slowly get to like through her life. Like, they could have easily have sped through this and they're not. Like, they're taking their time. Like, even just on the second episode, like, we're still just getting to know her, and I'm like mind blown by the process because it just seems like everybody's getting to know her, but the prince, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, they all care so much about her and what she looks like and what she does and how she reacts to things, and he cares the least. And I did not realize that. So some of my questions in the last video about the progress of their relationship and stuff like that, it's starting to make sense as to like, you know, why she, in the real footage, why she is upset in the engagement picture, because it is something that they lead up to. Because right now, I feel like she's just young, naive. She really feels like he actually likes her. Like, he actually wants to court her for reasons other than the royal court. And that's her being young and naive. And I think her realizing that she was chosen to be groomed because of who she was and how genuine and wholesome she was. I think her realizing that is what kind of makes her kind of unhappy, and then at that point she's already trapped in that world. And I feel like that's what happened in the real world. So I'm not sure if they're gonna try to play on that or what's gonna happen. I didn't even know, like, I knew Camila Bowles was like you know, I knew she was extra and she was doing a little extra something on the side with the prince and all that. But to see them chit-chat on the phone about her and discuss Diana, I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know they were just so openly freeing, talking about like, oh yeah, I love you, but I'm going to marry this girl. Like, it really, really gives you another perspective from this whole fairy tale, because when this happened, it's like, to the world, this must be like, oh my gosh, the princess, the fairy tales is so beautiful, so wonderful. But now, like, behind the scenes, like, this is grimy. Like, he loves someone else. He really is only doing it for the family. The family is telling him to do it, yada, yada, yada. And here we are, like, using a subject, and it's not even just like they're just plucking any old girl from the street. It's like, for this particular position, they want someone so wholesome, so beautiful, so perfect. And that is so sad to me, because you're really gonna find someone and ruin them like that, and you're gonna really amplify them and bring them out into this huge world, knowing that she may have been better off, like, you know, being a wholesome, normal country girl. You know, I'm sure the chance of something like this was exciting, but I feel like everyone but her knew what type of dangers could come with this, you know. But the episode was really blew me away as far as her showing how nitty gritty and like human she was. I love that she got down in the dirt. I was trying to figure out, like, watch her facial expressions and really kind of like see, like, when he said, oh, do you like to be here in, like, you know, the marshes and stuff like that, and she said, yeah, the marshier the better. Like, I was trying to figure out if she was like being sarcastic, or if like she was just saying that because she knew that that's what he wanted to hear, and in her head she really didn't want to be in the marshes. But as far as her facial expressions and stuff like that, like, I watched all of that, and it seemed like she meant what she said. She wanted to be there, and even when she was on the ground scurrying up to the stag, she still like wanted to be there. She was smiling, offering advice and all that. So I thought that was so cute. I love that they showed all these human cute characteristics of her, even at the dinner table, which is again like an awkward experience. Like, why was the prince at the other end and everyone else on the other end? Like, when they say they really threw her in the fire to see if sink or swim, that's exactly what it was. Like, there was literally no one else there, and they like just threw her over there with all these strangers, and she was still like giggling, being cute, being a Princess Diana. And I live, and you know what, that's why I love her, and I feel like that's why so many people fell in love with Princess Diana, because it's like she really was a royal, elegant princess. Even when she was running around in a little leaf costume in the building, and even when she was running around in the overalls in front of the car, she just radiates princess qualities. And you know what I mean? It's someone that you want to look up to just as a human, even if she wasn't a princess. So of course they would choose her for this and groom her for this. She already was such a beautiful, light-spirited princess persona person. So it's like they took that and they just put that political, you know, that the princess real stamp on it, and then things got crazy, as we know. But I'm living for this season. I'm so excited to see it unfold. Like I said, I think it's so beautiful how it's a TV series and it's being stretched out. Like, I love that, because I want to know Princess Diana so much about her, even before the wedding and before the world got to know her. I want to know about this period as much as I can. So it's really exciting that they're giving us so many new details, so many new views of the history that we've already known. I really want to thank you guys also for leaving me the comments of explaining some of the things I was confused about in the first episode. It meant so much to me, so thank you for speaking out and letting me and helping me understand. If anyone's from London or anyone's from really over in the UK and knows like a lot, let me know in comments down below. I would really like to know if like anyone knows like any like background information about like the palace or the queen, or if you know the queen, let me know. Like I said, I'm here like from pop culture references. Like, honestly, like, I really fell in love with all this whole world probably when Kate Middleton got married and that whole fiasco happened. And then I started like really doing my research and learning, you know, the history of it all. And obviously after that with Meghan, I fell even deeper in love. So I'm a fan, but I'm definitely interested in not only the history of our world, but the political aspects as well. I think the whole battle between Margaret Thatcher and the Queen right now is interesting. And it's another one of those things where if you could kindly let me know in the comments down below, what are the things that Margaret Thatcher was insinuating in that group conversation? It sounded like she was trying to change a lot of things and all the men weren't for it. I'm not sure if the things that she was trying to change were positive or not, because I couldn't really understand like what they were talking about or the words where I wasn't familiar with it. So can someone kind of let me know, was she going for positive changes and were all the men against it? It looked more like, was it a Democrat-Republican situation where maybe she was being more Democratic and they were all more Republican-y? That's what it sounded like. I'm just not sure. So if someone wants to clear that up in the comments down below, that'd be great. Thank you so much. I think that pretty much wraps up this episode. I know I'm always so quick and juicy and fast because I want to go ahead and get to the third episode. But I love coming to spill these reviews with you guys. If you like these reviews, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you really, really like it and you want me to continue them, and I will. I thank you guys so much for being here and joining me in my little... I wore this royal coat for you guys because I wanted to be more like, royal-esque. Okay, guys, thank you for being here. I love you so, so much. Please make sure you slap that like button to support my channel, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.